Hello to my channel Chinese Star. Today we will bring you the following hot and exciting news.
10 action movies that Jet Li and Jackie Chan don't have names in. The 10 action movies that have not been surpassed by anyone in the past 2 decades. Even Jet Li and Jackie Chan are not on the list. In the past 2 decades of film history, action movies have always been an undying passion in the hearts of audiences. Over the years, countless action movies have bloomed on the screen, from thrilling fighting scenes to thrilling chases, each one trying to conquer the hearts of the audience in its own unique way. The 10 action movies selected in this article are undoubtedly the best choices of the past 2 decades. They are not only displays of action, but also a perfect combination of emotion, story and visual art. Surprisingly, even action masters such as Jet Li and Jackie Chan failed to find a spot on this list. This is not only a high recognition of other works, but also reflects the rapid development of the field of action movies. 10. John Wick 3. Ever since I learned that Donnie Yen was joining John Wick 4, I went back to the third one and started watching it. It's been a few years since I last watched it, but it's still exciting to watch it again. As a model of American gunfight action movies, this movie cleverly blends various elements to make the fighting scenes rich and diverse. Especially the setting of Japanese ninjas and the final showdown in the exhibition hall are impressive. The film successfully expands a worldview that is both interesting and somewhat decorative, making the entire movie more engaging. Such an extreme and subversive action movie is irresistible. Point 9. The protagonist of the film Fist of Legend was once a potential Olympic athlete full of dreams, but cruel reality and unfair judgment destroyed this championship dream. A moment of indulgence led to the brother's imprisonment, and his life took a different turn. Decades later, for the sake of his life and his daughter, he returned to the boxing stage. The film tells the story of his journey to rebirth, rediscovering his lost brother and his original intention of boxing. This work not only shows the charm of boxing, but also a touching story about setbacks and regaining dreams. 8. The film's action scenes are divided into multiple climaxes, and bloody and violent scenes frequently appear. Although it is occasionally excessive, compared with many domestic works, its direct presentation of bloody scenes is more vivid. The plot falters a bit in the middle, but the character conflict at the end is handled well, and the confrontation between the two protagonists is brutal and dramatic. This film vividly demonstrates the fighting style of using everything around you as a weapon. 7. Hardcore Henry. As a game enthusiast, I have a soft spot for this movie presented from a first-person perspective. Although the plot is not profound, the viewing experience is like completing an exciting game. The movie has a tight rhythm and is full of thrilling scenes with climaxes from beginning to end. The film is like a cyberpunk-style first-person revenge game, with coherent actions and exciting fighting scenes. It's dizzying to watch, but overall it's an exciting piece of work. 6. The highlight of the movie The Lonely Agent is its references and tributes to classic works. Character relationships and specific shots are clearly influenced by The Killer Is Too Cold, while the action scenes draw on the style of Hong Kong movies. Especially Won Bin's performance, his deep eyes are mesmerizing. His 2010 work can be regarded as the pinnacle of his acting career, especially the tearful scene at the end of the film, which is full of tragedy. Won Bin's acting skills and appearance make him capable of continuing to shine in the film industry, but he chose to leave his final mark here, just like the character in the movie, heroic and tragic. 5. The fighting scenes in the film Boxing Fighter are wonderfully designed. From Muay Thai duels and parkour to vehicle chases and explosion scenes, everything is exciting. The rhythm is tight and combines the style of classic Hong Kong action movies with the regional characteristics of Thailand. The aesthetics and practicality of violence shown in Muay Thai are impressive. Although it is not as elegant as Chinese kung fu or mixed martial arts, the knee strikes and head blows in the movie are vivid and lifelike, making people feel as if they are watching it. 4. Tom Yum Goong. Tony Jaa skills are still outstanding, but from the perspective of an action movie, there are flaws in the editing. The camera switching in the boat chase scene is poorly handled, the battle scenes with extreme sports enthusiasts are often flawed, and the shots of the protagonist completing the action are too abrupt. In particular, the fight with the black-clad crowd at the end should have been exciting, but it seemed fragmented due to frequent cuts to the scene where the killer rushed out. In addition, the long shot of the tower climbing scene seemed a bit overwhelming. 3. The Raid 2. Thugs. The fighting scenes in The Raid 2 are jaw-dropping, full of bloody and violent aesthetics. While the film maintains the shock of action scenes, the plot is also quite in-depth, far better than its predecessor. Compared with the Tony Jaa movie, the plot of this film is more complex and the pictures are more exquisite. The characters of Hammer Girl and Baseball Boy in the film are impressive and become the highlight of the film. The protagonist still shows amazing survival ability and fighting skills. 2. Chapeau 1 in my heart. Chapeau 1 is the pinnacle of action movies, with both plot and action scenes being top-notch. There are few action movies that can fascinate me so much. In terms of personal preference, Slaying the Wolf is second only to Ip Man 1. The twist at the end of the film subtly echoes the fatalistic theme of the opening chapter. My understanding is that Ching Guozhong, Ma Jun, and Wang Beiyou in the movie symbolize Keisha, Pa Jun, and Greedy Wolf respectively. Their intertwined destinies triggered a series of tragedies. The action scenes in the movie, such as football field battles, street fights, and the showdown between Ma Jun and Wang Beiyou, are all classics. 1. The Fuse is a movie that I have watched many times, and its action design is excellent. Donnie Yen has used almost all the moves in mixed martial arts to the fullest, and the various wrestling methods and locking techniques are dizzying. Although the plot is mediocre, the villains are well portrayed, especially the character played by Zhu Haolong, who is sinister and ruthless, making people worry about whether the undercover agents around him can survive every day safely. A line in the film "This is how we do things" perfectly demonstrates the character's domineering character and the core spirit of the film. Looking back at these 10 masterpieces of action movies in the past 20 years, it is not difficult to find that each of them has its own merits. Whether it is in terms of action design, storyline or character creation, they have all reached a height that is difficult to surpass. They are not only representatives of action movies, but also classics in film and television art. The excellence of these works lies not only in their exquisite production and creative stories, but also in the way they touch the audience's emotions and ignite the enthusiasm of movie fans. As time goes by, there may be new action movies that will reach the top, but the imprint left by these 10 works in our hearts will never fade. May these classics continue to inspire future filmmakers and create more heart-pounding action masterpieces. Jackie Chan. Indulgence is destructive. Behind the glamour of every celebrity often lies an unknown story. Jackie Chan is a famous superstar, but his life journey has not been easy. Let's enter the fate of this legendary star, a fascinating story that shows his ups and downs. Jackie Chan was a famous actor loved in the Chinese world in the 1970s. His name has become almost synonymous with the film industry. But under his halo, there are many unknown twists and turns of the story. Jackie Chan's early life was full of ups and downs. He did not have a good education and was bullied because his family was poor. However, it was these failures that created perseverance and courage within him. When he was 7 years old, he learned martial arts from a famous teacher and began his artistic journey under the guidance of Bai Yuan. At that time, he became a member of Seven Little Fortunes along with Sammo Hung, Yuen Kui and others, and quickly became famous in the film industry. When Sammo Hung met, he was still the same, couldn't help but crack a few jokes. Jackie Chan knew that this was his teacher's feelings for him, so he could only smile in response. After all, no matter how successful he is now, in Sammo Hung's heart he is still the younger brother who follows him. Regarding their personal lives, Jackie Chan and Hong Kim Bao always maintain a close relationship like brothers. Sammo Hung happily witnessed Jackie Chan's growth from an unknown person to an international superstar and was truly proud of him.
Thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe to our support channel.